what animals are still alive that you could possibly transfer to the zoo?
Well, right now we have some leopards, according to Tom, who works for me over here, just up there. And some leopards, I think some primates.
Yeah, we'll be able to give you a better list at our next conference. I can tell you we had some primates that were inside the house. I'm not sure, monkeys, chimpanzees, I'm not sure what breed they are. They were still secured. They were secured inside the house. So, and then we have some other cat species that we'll be able to release to the zoo at this point.
Sheriff Chuck Strickler, Channel 10.
Yes, sir.
Jack was mentioning about what possibly went down here. What do you know as far as your investigation, as far as the motive here, or why this happened?
I don't know that we have anything of that nature yet, Chuck. All we have is the preliminary investigation of what we've seen and what we're interpreting happened, and we're still doing the investigation as we speak.
But no recent calls, at least.
No, we have not found any kind of suicide note at this point. We are still, obviously, as I said before, we are still not in a 100% completely secure area up there. So we are still searching the scene, looking for everything that's there, evaluating it. And again, there was no calls to our agency that I'm aware of. As I said, all preliminary results is what we discussed.
He just snapped?
I have no idea. I wouldn't want to speculate.
Sheriff, is there any evidence that there's any other body besides the officer himself one that's making this preliminary investigation more complicated as far as the coroner's report that you're waiting on?
I haven't talked to the coroner yet. As far as the detectives on the scene last night spoke to him, I'm not exactly sure of what the injuries are. I would like to wait to answer that question until we hear back from the autopsy report. I'll say yes, but I'm not going to go into what extent yet until I get more positive information back on the examination.
Sheriff Tom Morgan, WSU in Columbus. I hear you say there have been no sightings from citizens, no calls to your agency.
We have had some calls. I'm going to say a minor amount, going from last night after this started into the AM hours. There were no confirmed sightings from law enforcement. Licking County also had a couple reports. Not sure the exact number, but as far as to my knowledge at this point, no confirmed sightings from law enforcement. I've got time for about 3 more questions.
Matt.
Yes, Brian Gadd.
Reporter here in Zanesville. Could you talk about how the cages were secured? I mean, with locks, or what kind of cages they were in outside the home?
Brian, the different styles, different sizes. Obviously, he had different animals. Obviously, he had multiple animals in some cages, single animals in others. Just if you think about a wire dog pen that you put your house pet in and then just blow it up about 25 times the size or so. Those are the types of cages that he had. Again, I haven't got to inspect everything up there this time, but from being up there in the past, just different style cages and different sizes.
So were they padlocked? Were they chained up? Or?
Well, the gates, some of the gates were open. The gates were open, so I'm not sure what our deputies found when they first got up there, whether we had stuff laying on the ground or if they were just latches, or what was up there.
What is his wife telling you?
What is his wife telling me? I have not. I've talked to her personally about the existing animals that are still up there. Haven't really got into an in-depth conversation with her about anything else. We've had our office talk to her. She is on her way here. We're going to, as Jack said, hopefully speak with her a little bit about the existing animals.
Sheriff, I'm Kelly Franco from the Associated Press.
Huh?
We've heard that the man who was found dead had some legal troubles beyond the complaints that were called into your office.
Okay.
Inspections that you had done here. Do you have any further information on that you can share with us?
No, I'm not going to comment on that. It has nothing to do with this case right now with me, and I'm not prepared to comment on that. No. Take one more question.
Sheriff, you mentioned earlier
I'll get you.
how far away the animals have been spotted over in Lincoln County. Can you say how far away one was actually spotted that you guys did shoot? How far away from the shore was you guys found close to the property was?
Well, I would say I really can't answer that because I wasn't the one that shot them in relationship to where they were kept. I can tell you that we had 4 cats from the pens. We had 4 cats that were and I'm going to use the analogy of football field so you can all understand my direction, but I'm going to say at least 400 to 500 yards, which would be south of the pens that were headed farther south. They were running. And I also know that we had some other animals that we haven't recovered yet that were down, shot from the direction of the interstate back towards the property. These are animals that we felt were trying to cross the property. As I said, we had one hit today. So those animals would have been another probably 500 at least yards in a different direction from where they were kept in the pens. One more question right here.
Sheriff, I heard a possible rumor that maybe civilians were taking the deceased animals.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
There was possibly civilians picking up at least one of the deceased animals.
I will confirm that. We did have some individuals try to steal one of the animals last night. It has been recovered. They were taken into custody, and we'll look to file charges against those people.
What kind of animal was it?
I believe it was some type of cat. I don't know if it was a lion or a tiger.
And anything you want to tell the community if they happen to find one of these animals that you might have shot and wandered off?
I want to know about it. Yeah, call me as soon as you know, because we want to know who did it.
Plus everybody, it's illegal to keep an endangered animal anyway, so if they're doing that, you're going to be thrown in jail.
I do want to add, I just been handed an update. I'll go ahead and do it now. At this point, my captain, Jeff Lecoq, at the top of the hill that's running the investigation, says we believe we're down to 3 animals that are unaccountable. One is a mountain lion, one is a bear, and one is a monkey. Now, I can tell you that we are still searching the property to make sure of the animals that we shot last night, because we had a lot of people here. We did have one of the monkeys that was killed by one of the lions. It was very obvious last night. So again, we are down to what we feel are 3 animals, and that's going to be a preliminary number until we can really sit down and confirm everything that we've got there. And obviously, we want to tell our public, the last animal we had, we found bedded down. As Jack said, the rain could be doing that. The vets and the people he has with him have told us that sometimes these animals will let all the hoopla die down and come back to the only place they've known. But we will be out actively searching for those animals. Anybody that sees any resemblance to those animals, please do not try to take any action yourself. We do not need, I guess, if there is a good point to this whole situation, it's that we've had nobody hurt yet. And we've been very fortunate. Can't say enough about our people that responded last night. They were put in a very, very volatile situation and maybe prevented loss of life or injury by keeping those animals contained. So if you do see some of these animals, please take caution, call us, get a good description, get a description of where the animal's at and possibly where it's headed for.
The grizzly bear?
Yes, it's. They think it is a grizzly bear.
Let me share. You have a mountain lion, a grizzly bear, and a monkey. The monkey will obviously be last on the list. Living in Montana with grizzlies, I think it's probably not a big grizzly. I don't know how big a grizzly is up there. Might be a young one. Again, you don't run from a grizzly. The grizzly really wouldn't be one of my most ultimate things. The mountain lion it might be a different situation. A mountain lion has great leaping ability. I don't know how old the mountain lion is. More than likely it's a captive mountain lion. But hopefully the sheriff, maybe today we can get this mountain lion. And then, of course, if I had my druthers, it'd be the mountain lion first, then the grizzly, then the monkey can run around. But that's kind of my assessment of what, as far as these animals are left. That's to me, that's good news that that's only 3 left. It's not good news that it's probably a mountain lion and a grizzly. But again, my main concern would be the mountain lion probably.
Okay, again, I want to thank everybody for being here. We're going to go ahead and schedule another news conference at 3 p.m. It'll be right here again, and again, that'll give us basically 4.5 hours to try to maybe get a little bit firmer on the number and give us some more time to inspect the property. So thanks, everybody.